ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವಿಶೇಷ ಸಂದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ವಿಶೇಷ ಅತಿಥಿ. ಚುನಾವಣೆಯ ಪರ್ವ ಕಾವೇರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮೇ 10ಕ್ಕೆ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯ ಒಂದು ಫಲಿತಾಂಶ ಮೇ 13ಕ್ಕಾದರೂ 10ಕ್ಕೆ ಚುನಾವಣೆಯ ಹಬ್ಬವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅಂತಹ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ದೂರದ ದೇಶದಿಂದ ಪದ್ಮಭೂಷಣರಾಗಿದ್ದರು, ಒಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾವಂತ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ತನ್ನನ್ನು ತಾನು ಗುರುತಿಸಿಕೊಂಡವರು, ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದವರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಕಾಂಟ್ರವರ್ಸರಿಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಅವರ ಹೆಸರು ಕೇಳಿ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಈಗಿನ ದೂರದ ದೇಶ ಅಮೇರಿಕ USA ಅವರೇ ಸತ್ಯನಾರಾಯಣ ಗಂಗಾರಾಮ್ ಪಿತ್ರೋಡ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಝೂಮ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ USA ಇದ್ದ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
Thank you very much.
Sir, good morning. I think this is Power TV's many years, dream to interview you. So we are very happy that we welcome you in this show, sir. How are you, sir?
Thank you. So very kind of you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Sir, Indians know you. I don't think so. I need to introduce you to any Kannadigas or Indians. So Sham Pitroda means one of the legendary name in Indian economy. Today we are here. So first bite I want to take you. What is your opinion today on India?
I think we have come a long way. After independence, we have accomplished a great deal. We should be proud of our accomplishments. I remember Bangalore of 60s and Bangalore of 2023 is very different. Vibrant, leader in the world on IT. We are a country now of 1.4 billion people. A lot of young people. We are recognized all over the world, especially have produced world-class talent. So we should be, as a nation, proud of what we have accomplished, what people of Bangalore has accomplished, what people of Karnataka have been able to accomplish. And it takes lots of people with lots of talent to come together to do things we have done. But I'm worried about several things in India today. Growing up in British Raj, I was born in British Raj. And right after independence, we were all very excited about diverse India. India where all kinds of people could work together, live together, move wherever they wanted to move, speak multiple languages, eat different foods. That is the India we had dreamt of. And I'm worried about that dream of India. I'm worried today about our democracy. I'm worried today about polarized politics. I'm worried today about too much conversation on Hindutva. And I'm worried because it has huge implications on a city like Bangalore. Bangalore is a global city.
So today, a question today. I am listening your opinion today. So people see you in front of, you are sitting in an opposition chair today. But if you see globally, people prize about India's situation today. Leadership of Narendra Modi is totally, entire world is prizing that leadership. And India
not
is...
true. No, it is Indian version of the media.
Okay.
It is not true. I've lived abroad for 60 years. What Indian media says is not necessarily the truth. Nobody cares here in Chicago. Nobody cares. They care for Indian talent. Don't confuse that. They care for what Indians have accomplished. They care for India. But they don't care for polarized politics in India. They don't like Hindutva rising in India. Nobody likes that. So let's not confuse this. Okay? Everybody wants democracy, freedom, Everybody wants, Indian talent. And the roots for a lot of these things were planted 40 years ago. Let's not forget that you may be picking the fruits and saying, I did this. But let's remember how long it took Bangalore to get where Bangalore is. Who planted seeds for Bangalore? What did it take to plant seeds? Let me tell you that when we were working on IT in early 80s, some of the key BJP leaders used to laugh at us and say these guys are crazy that they are working on computers and IT and telecom when they should be working on water and agriculture. But it took that kind of courage, conviction, to really plant right seeds for us to have fruits we have today. So to say that we are recognized because of Modi's leadership is bogus. We are recognized because we are India. We are recognized because we are a country of 1.4 billion people. So let's separate two things very clearly. Okay? Nobody can ignore India.
I agree. Nobody can ignore India. Same time, we feel that nobody can even ignore India's leadership today. You say it is Indian, media's propaganda, whatever Modi is today. But other side, if you see, you are sitting in an opposition chair and talking about today a ruling
No,
government.
I'm not sitting in the opposition. I'm not talking as a congressman.
It is always, you connected to a Congress party. You connected to that, you belongs to that party sometimes. So that's, people may think that you are just because of you are sitting in a opposition chair, you want to blame somebody.
I'm not talking as an opposition. I'm not talking as a congressman. I'm talking as a concerned global citizen. Not even talking as an Indian. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not talking. I'm really concerned as a global citizen about democracy in a country like India. I do not like authoritarian tendencies.
Sir, how you want to
I do not like very strong
how
leadership.
you want to describe this democracy?
To me, democracy is where three things prevail. One, independence of institutions. Judiciary, ED, income tax, police, security, universities, where they are totally independent, autonomous, and not responding to the political pressure. Then only you get justice, then only you get respect, fair treatment, and then only democracy has meaning. That's one. Two, thriving civil society, where voluntary agencies, press, media can criticize government, can speak against government. That's their job. You can't take anybody to court because they are speaking against you. That's not democracy. Democracy is where you have thriving debate, discourse, which is gentle, respectful, based on truth, not personal attacks, not vendetta, false court cases. Three, with independent institutions, with thriving civil society, you have logical, rational mindset where you can have a decent conversation. It cannot be tutu meme and attack and all kinds of, social media lies just propagate about you, about your family, and systematically orchestrated attack takes place. That is not democracy. Democracy is where I can have a fair conversation and we can discuss, debate and still agree to disagree.
Like you said, people go back and talk. Today, if you're talking about ruling government, about the ED, using ED, IT, and all the department, and you are talking about the independency of press today, everything. But if I go back and ask this to BJP guys or ruling government today here, they always say one question: we are much better. You could have seen the era of Indira Gandhi, where the entire, emergency was, put down. And
emergency was an aberration. Emergency was an aberration.
Exactly.
But that doesn't give you right to do it.
Exactly.
Just because somebody did an emergency doesn't give you right to do it. What kind of an argument is that?
So
what kind of an argument? Because you can just go back and say, because Hitler did it, I can also do it. I mean, what's the rationale? Okay, that's the conversation I'm talking about. Okay, just because somebody made a mistake in the past doesn't allow you to take that as an example to do what you're doing today. Not that I'm saying everything we are doing is wrong. Don't get me wrong. There are good things. Okay, and I respect that. Okay, but I want India to be more democratic. I want India to be respectful of our diversity. I don't want uniformity. I just heard on TV that people are saying we want same government in Karnataka because it is same government in center, double barrel. I mean, that's a wrong idea. Okay. You want diversity. Okay. So you don't want uniformity. Then the whole country should be BJP. Every university should be BJP. Every school should be BJP. Every state government should be BJP. Is that the kind of country we want? Or even Congress, or even any party? Okay, that's not what we want. Okay, we have different languages. We have different food. Okay, then you will go back and say, okay, only Karnataka people can live in Karnataka. Only Gujaratis can live in Gujarat. Okay, then within Gujarat, you will divide that only South Gujaratis can live in South Gujarat. That's not the India I had dreamt of. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Right, today
it's very simple.
You are talking about double engine government, double barrel government.
That's a wrong idea. I mean, how can you promote an idea like that? I don't get it.
It's a
I mean, what you are saying is only if your same government will support. If you don't have other government, we won't support.
It's not like that. That coordination between state and central government makes you easy to run.
No, wrong. Okay, that is the wrong model. Then you might as well do everything like that. Then why did you convert school also to BJP? It'll be easy to run BJP school. Convert all the banks into BJP. It'll be easy to run all the banks. Where do you draw the line? You see, you have to be clear about fundamentals. Fundamentals in India says diversity is the key. And diversity should be celebrated. Diversity should be implemented in every aspect of our life.
ಮನೆ ಒಡತಿಯರಿಗೆ ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ 2,000.
ಮನೆಗೂ 200 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಅಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗ್ಲಿ.
ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ 3,000 ಸ್ಟೈಫಂಡು.
ಡಿಪ್ಲೊಮಾ ಓದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ 1,500 ಅಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ.
10 kg ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಮನೇಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ.
ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಅದನ್ನ ಕಾಪಾಡೋರ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಬೆಂಬಲ.
ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯ ಸಮಯ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಬರಲಿದೆ, ಪ್ರಗತಿ ತರಲಿದೆ.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ನ ಗಳಿಸಿ.
ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆನ್ ಫೇರ್ ಪ್ಲೇ, ಇಂಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್.
ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಫರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಲೈವ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೆಸಿನೋ ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪ್ರೀಮಿಯಂ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಕೈ ತುಂಬಾ ದುಡ್ಡು, ಬೇಗ ವಿತ್ಡ್ರಾನೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
300% ಬೋನಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಸೆಟ್, ಬೆಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್.
ಫೇರ್ ಪ್ಲೇ, 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 ಫೇರ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ಆನ್ ಫೇರ್ ಪ್ಲೇ.
ಈ ಆಟದ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸದಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಬಹುದು. ಇದು 18 ವರ್ಷ ಮೇಲ್ಪಟ್ಟವರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಬೆವರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಬೆವರಿನ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ನಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಅಡ್ಡಿ ಇರೋಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡ್ ಡಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪೌಡರ್ ರೆಡ್ನೆಸ್, ಇರಿಟೇಷನ್, ಸ್ವೆಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಶ್ ಮತ್ತು ಫಂಗಲ್ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಂತಹ 4 ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಈಗ ಆಗಿರಿ ಅನ್ಸ್ಟಾಪಬಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡ್ ಡಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪೌಡರ್ ನೊಂದಿಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಶಿಫಾರಸು ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂಬರ್ 1 ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್.
ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡ್ ನ ಹೊಸ ಪ್ರಿಕ್ಲಿ ಹೀಟ್ ಪೌಡರ್, ಬೇಸಿಗೆಯಿಂದ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿ ಪರಿಹಾರ.
ಹಳೆ ಆಭರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಏನ್ರಿ ನೀವು? ಲಲಿತಾದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಳೆಯ ಆಭರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಯಾ ಪೈಸಾ ಖರ್ಚಿಲ್ದೆ 5 ರಿಂದ 11 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹಳೆಯ ಆಭರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮಾನವಾದ ತೂಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊಸ ಆಭರಣಗಳನ್ನು 916 ಹಾಲ್ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಆಭರಣಗಳನ್ನು ಖರೀದಿಸಿ. 100% ವೇಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಲಲಿತಾ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾನ್.
ನೀವು ಗಿರವಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗ್ದಿರೋ ಆಭರಣನ SDJ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯವರು ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಮಾರುಕಟ್ಟೆಗಿಂತ ಅಧಿಕ ಬೆಲೆಗೆ ತಗೋತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ,
ಒಂದ್ ಕೂಪನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಯಾರಾಗಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ MLA? ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೀವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಾಸಕರನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೋಮವಾರ 1/5/2023 5 ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ ಸಂಜೆ 6ರಿಂದ ರಾತ್ರಿ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಹೊನ್ನಾಳಿ. ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ರಾತ್ರಿ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ. ನೀವು ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ ನಂಬರ್ 08069205999. ನಮ್ಮ MLA ಪವರ್ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ.
ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಭರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕಿಚ್ಚನಿಂದ ಭಿಕ್ಷುಕ 2 ಟ್ರೇಲರ್ ಲಾಂಚ್. ಮೂರೇ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 100 ಕೋಟಿ ಗಳಿಸಿದ ಮಣಿರತ್ನಂ PS2.
చెప్పండి, ఆ మూగావిడ ఎవరు?
ನಂದಿನಿ.
ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಕಮೇಡಿಯನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸ್ವೀಟಿ ಅನುಷ್ಕಾ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಮದುವೆ.
ಸಿದ್ದು ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಕಮೇಡಿಯನ್.
ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ಕಾದು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಸೈನ್ಸ್.
మా హోటల్లో స్టాండ్ అప్
6 ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹುಲಿಯನಿಗೆ 50+ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರಿಟಿಗಳಿಂದ ಸಾಥ್. ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ದುನಿಯಾ. ಫಿಲ್ಮಿ ಪವರ್ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ 8:27ಕ್ಕೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಸಹ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಿಸಿದವರು ಬೆನಕ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿನ್ನ ಮಾರುವುದು ಈಗ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ.
Now, when it comes to Karnataka election, you are talking about now Karnataka election. So, people of Karnataka is, you know that highly educated, very brilliant, and again Bangalore too. Don't you think they have a mind to select their own good government?
Of course they have. Of course, that is democracy. They have to decide what is good for them, and whatever they decide would be acceptable. That is democracy. If they decide to select A or B, more power to them. Okay? I'm not saying you select this or that.
What do you think about Karnataka Congress? Let me ask you a straight question.
First of all, I'm not going to comment on individuals or parties. I'm going to comment on the overall idea of India. I'm not knowledgeable to comment on Karnataka Congress because there are lots of things in the play. I'm too far away from it. Okay, so it's not fair for me to comment. I won't even know the names of the people or names of the constituencies or names of the districts. Okay, so it is better for me to talk about things I'm comfortable with. Okay, and once again, I go back to the fact that Bangalore is what Bangalore is because of diversity. Bangalore is what Bangalore is because seeds were planted 40 years ago in Rajiv Gandhi era for telecom, IT, technology. I can tell you all kinds of interesting stories which are not public, where how decisions were made to install first satellite link in Bangalore to connect to Texas Instruments, how first visit of GE chairman took place, how we got earlier software orders for Infosys, Wipro, and TCS and others. What was Bangalore when CDOT was looking for office space in 1984. What was Bangalore when CDAC came to Bangalore? And Bangalore had great institutions. Bangalore had, Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore had ISRO, Bangalore had, HAL, Bangalore had Indian telephone industry. So Bangalore had the ecosystem to nurture talent. And that ecosystem was created with a lot of diversity.
Nobody's denied Rajiv Gandhi's contribution to Indian IT and telecom sector. And I know that you are also part of that team. So Indians will thank you always for that. But still, Modi 2014, Modi's entry to national level politics, he came up with the two agendas. One is corruption-free India. One is in development. There is no Hindutva agenda there from Modi. If you see today also, he talks about one nation, one citizen, all that kind of thing. There is no Prime Minister nowhere is saying, Hindutva comment. So I don't think so he's commenting on that. Now 2014...
It is one thing to say, it is one thing to say, and it's another thing to act. Most of the politics today is based on, I don't mean what I say, and I don't say what I mean.
You mean to say...
It is that simple.
You mean to say act and fact is different here?
Absolutely. Is there any doubt about it? Go see it on the ground. Okay? I mean, who are you trying to fool?
You, I can see, you denied, calling Modi as a global leader today. But once upon it,
No. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. Indian Prime Minister will always be a global leader. Okay? So let us not attach names to it. Okay? Whosoever Indian Prime Minister, he'll be a global leader or she'll be a global leader. Okay? It is because of India, not because of individuals' talent, individuals' education, individuals' character, individuals' expertise. Okay? No. Those kind of leaders were Gandhi, Nehru. They were different. Look at this way. Nehru wrote a book called Discovery of India. Sitting in prison, no library, no access to Google. Can today's leaders write paragraph like that? No. That is the difference. But Indian Prime Minister will always be a global player.
When Modi was, Chief Minister of Gujarat, his visa was denied by US government. And once he became its PM of India, so he was welcomed with the red carpet. As an Indian, what you felt that time?
That's between US government and their foreign policies and their visa policy to decide. Okay. But as a Prime Minister of India, I want my Prime Minister to have respect. Absolutely. Absolutely. No question about it. Okay. But that is as a Prime Minister of a country. It is a country of 1.4 billion people. Don't confuse that with individual. Okay.
Now my question, comparison between, now you told about Nehru wrote a book from, prison. And today's leader can't able to do that also. You are talking about writing a paragraph. Now
Darpati. Okay, to me, look at the background of today's leaders. I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about the global scene. Look at the global scene today and look at the leaders like Mandela, Gandhi, Nehru, Kennedy. Okay. I mean, look at those leaders. Look at their background. Even Merkel, PhD in physics. Okay. I mean, those are the stalwarts, thinkers. They have huge understanding of the world. And today's leaders are pygmies, according to me. I could be wrong. Okay, but my standard says you cannot be illiterate in today's world and hope to be a great leader because the world is too complex.
True.
Okay, you need that ability, understanding, education, experience. Okay, and it is not about being on a stage like a theater. Okay, some people can succeed being a good actor, but there is no depth. Okay, and that's my concern about global leaders today.
I will go back again, 2014's Modi's commitment to India. One is corruption-free, one is development. What do you think, where we are today in that?
I'm really not qualified, but I would say if you ask economists, and if you ask average person, they will tell you, first, we have not been able to create the kind of jobs we said we will create. Economy is in a mess because we have borrowed too much. Inflation is still there. Now you can go on TV and deny everything, which is okay. All right, and you can fake it. But the reality will be told to you by economists. I know that we have not created jobs. That I know. Okay, but I don't know the integrity of inflation, debt, the dollar, which is now 82 rupees to a dollar. Okay, so these are all the signs which clearly says economy is in a mess. Simple. Now let's talk about corruption. Okay. We were all told that all the money abroad will be brought back. What happened to it? What happened to all these industries leaders, including the present conversation on Adani and all? Is that related to corruption? I don't know. Okay. I'm not knowledgeable. Okay. Then if there is no corruption, how are political parties buying candidates for 70 crore, 50 crore? How are we spending all this money on election? Where is that money coming from? Who is paying for all this? One rally of Prime Minister or any other leader, could be anybody, doesn't have to be Prime Minister. Look at the amount of money they spend on one rally. Okay. Build the structure and, bring thousands and thousands of people. Where is that money coming from?
Same happened with Rahul Gandhi when he started.
Everybody.
Bharat
Everybody.
Jodo.
I'm not saying, no, I'm not distinguishing. Don't get me wrong. I said that. Everybody. Okay. So the system, to some extent, is corrupt. Nothing has changed. So when you go and say that, today India is corruption free, it is wrong. Then go and say that development has delivered, wrong. But when you have 1.4 billion people working for 10 years, something has to happen. Irrespective of what government says, 1.84 billion people are working, building roads, building homes, building schools, teaching. That development is routine. Okay. So let's be very clear. Show me facts. Don't tell me what you want me to hear. And that fact you tell me should be verified by domain experts. Okay. If I say something about economy, let domain experts, economists of repute verify it. And I'll listen as an individual, I'm saying.
ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಅಧಿಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 5 ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಉಚಿತವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಬರಾಜು ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
ಪಂಚರತ್ನ ಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನ ಬೆಂಬಲಿಸಲು ತೆನೆ ಹೊತ್ತ ಮಹಿಳೆಯ ಬಟನ್ ಒತ್ತಿ ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿಸಿ.
ನಿತ್ಯದ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಗಳು ಮೊದಲು ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಈಗ ಅವನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟವಾಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ? ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗುವುದರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಆಗುವ ಮಸಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಿತ್ಯದ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಡಕುಂಟು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಹೊಸ ಎನ್ಶೋರ್. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಇಂಗ್ರೀಡಿಯೆಂಟ್ HMB ಮತ್ತು 32 ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇದು ಮಸಲ್ಸ್ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿ ರಕ್ಷಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಹೊಸ ಎನ್ಶೋರ್ ವಿತ್ HMB ಮಸಲ್ ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿ ರಕ್ಷಿಸಲು ನೆರವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ.
ನಾವು ಸಲಹಿದ ಕೈಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ನೋವಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪಂದಿಸಿದಾಗ ಆಗುವ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಅಮೃತ್ ನೋನಿ ಪೇನ್ ಆಯಿಲ್, ನೋವಿಗೆ ವಿರಾಮ, ದೇಹಕ್ಕೆ ಆರಾಮ.
ನೀವು ಗಿರವಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗ್ದಿರೋ ಆಭರಣನ STJ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯವರು ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಮಾರುಕಟ್ಟೆಗಿಂತ ಅಧಿಕ ಬೆಲೆಗೆ ತಗೋತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ,
ಒಂದ್ ಕೂಪನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಯಾರಾಗಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ MLA? ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೀವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಾಸಕರನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೋಮವಾರ 1/5/2023 5 ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ. ಸಂಜೆ 6ರಿಂದ ರಾತ್ರಿ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಹೊನ್ನಾಳಿ. ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ರಾತ್ರಿ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ. ನೀವು ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ ನಂಬರ್ 08069205999. ನಮ್ಮ MLA ಪವರ್ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ.
ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಭರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕಿಚ್ಚರಿಂದ ಭಿಕ್ಷುಕ 2 ಟ್ರೇಲರ್ ಲಾಂಚ್. ಮೂರೇ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 100 ಕೋಟಿ ಗಳಿಸಿದ ಮಣಿರತ್ನಂ PS2.
చెప్పండి, ఆ మూగావిడ ఎవరు?
ನಂದಿನಿ.
ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಕಮೇಡಿಯನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸ್ವೀಟಿ ಅನುಷ್ಕಾ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಮದುವೆ.
ಸಿದ್ದು ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಕಮಿಡಿಯನ್.
మ్యాజిక్ కాదు, ఇట్స్ సైన్స్. మా హోటల్లో స్టాండ్ అప్
6 ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹುಲಿಯನಿಗೆ 50+ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರಿಟಿಗಳಿಂದ ಸಾಥ್. ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ದುನಿಯಾ. ಫಿಲ್ಮಿ ಪವರ್ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ 8:27ಕ್ಕೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಸಹ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಿಸಿದವರು ಬೆನಕ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿನ್ನ ಮಾರುವುದು ಈಗ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ.
When we talk about the corruption, now we talk about the UPA government. When UPA government was there was a lot of corruption. You can name it like 3G, you come down to coal, the national game, all the corruptions have happened. And a lot of, union ministers were got arrested.
Have you proven anything? Have you proven anything? No. Same thing happened in Bofors. Did you prove anything? No. Okay. So I've lived through for 40 years on lies. Okay? Lies sell in India.
Same way, now Congress is tried to put some of the blame on Modi government about Adani. Now you talk about Rafale deals, but that also not proved.
So fine, I'm not saying, but that's okay. That's the game they play because everybody plays that game. So what do I have to do with it? Nothing.
So somewhere you are very close to Gandhi family from the decades. Sometimes your name also come up with Young Indian and Associate Journal companies. What is your clarification on that?
I'm on the board member. That's it. And I can tell you today on national TV, nothing wrong has been done by me or my board members. Period. Doesn't matter how many court cases you come up with, doesn't matter what you charge, nothing. Nobody has ever taken a dime. I have not even charged for my travel. Expense report, only thing I get is cup of tea when I go to board meeting. That's it. Now you can say I'm corrupt. You can come up with all kinds of, halla gulla. The bottom line, I'm telling you today, as Sam Pitroda, 81-year-old, who has never lied in his life because there has never been a need to lie. Nothing and absolutely nothing wrong has been done. Not even 5 paisa has been taken from National Herald. by anybody in anybody's account. Okay. Now you can twist things. Okay.
Today, both
and there were headlines in the papers.
Today, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi is in bail in the same case.
I can speak for myself. Okay.
No, as a board member, you were the board member was that company.
Yeah, I'm telling you as a board member. That's what I'm saying. When I say I can speak for myself as a board member, I cannot speak for themselves.
See, another company.
But as a board member, I can tell you, nobody has done anything wrong. Because as a board member, I would know. Okay, that's all I'm saying. From my perspective, as a board member, nothing wrong has ever been done. Period.
Another company you are associated with, Jet Airways. Again, that company also get closed. And
I was not associated with it. I was on a board for a year only.
Okay.
And when I was on a board just for a year, nothing happened, and I left in a year.
Okay. Now, today's India, like you said, we are in the election era of Karnataka now, 2023, May 10. We are going for election. Now, if you are thinking like Bangalore, your dream Bangalore you are talking about, decades ago back. If you compare that Bangalore and today's Bangalore, what do you find different?
I think today's Bangalore is thriving, has a lot of opportunities, huge technology base, not just in IT, in many other areas. It is a metropolitan city. It is a city where diversity is flourishing. Okay, it is a city with great institutions, research, education, industry. It is a city to be proud of.
Today, if you want to guide young generation today, IT firms or whoever, you are a legend in IT and telecommunication. And if I go through your profile, if I see your, discoveries, your company, startups, whatever the achievement you've done, it's a great. If you want to guide today's young generation, in last 10...
I think so. Bangalore has done very well. Compared to any other city in India, Bangalore has done very well. Not that other cities haven't done well. Hyderabad has done well, Pune has done well, many other cities have done well, but Bangalore has done very well.
Sham aap Odisha mein paida ho gaya, and you are a Gujarati. And don't you feel proud sometime you have a Gujarat PM in India?
I can't be Gujarati first. I have to be Indian first. Okay, I was equally proud of Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, Narasimha Rao, Devi Gowda. I worked with him while he was Prime Minister. Inder Gujral, VP Singh, Chandrasekhar. I worked with all of them. And they all bring different things in that job. Okay. So it will be parochial for me to say I'm proud because I have a Gujarati Prime Minister. No, I don't believe in that. So I would say it's great, but I'm Indian first. Then I'm Gujarati. Before I'm Indian, I'm humanist first.
In Manmohan Singh government, you had
I worked for Manmohan Singh, I forgot to mention.
Yeah, you had a big responsibilities.
Sure.
You were advisory for public information, infrastructure, IT and everything. What was your experience with Manmohan Singh?
Very good. He was a great Prime Minister. He was a wonderful human being, clear, supportive, gentleman. Absolutely.
Today, if you want to describe about globalization, India is gone globalized when Rajiv Gandhi was Prime Minister. So what do you want to talk about that?
I think globalization is here to stay. Globalization has done well in many areas, but also hasn't done well in many other areas. So blind globalization that we have followed in the last 20 years is probably not the answer. You need globalization with concern for localization. You got to create local jobs. You got to preserve local soil. You don't want your soil to be globalized. You don't want your microbes to be globalized. You don't want your mangoes to be globalized. Okay? You want your local bangan. You want local bindi. You want local rice. Okay? So you have to understand what is local, what is global. Okay? So it is not blind idea of globalization that you want to follow. Just because it is 5% cheaper. I'll tell you, in US, the tomato that comes to my table travels 1,400 miles on an average. Now, is that the kind of globalization I want? No. I want to eat tomato which is local.
True.
But every once in a while, I want to eat tomato from some other part. I should have an option.
What's your comment on Indian education system today?
I am worried about Indian education system. I'm very worried. I'll tell you why. I got my master's in physics in India in 50s. Graduated in 60s, early 60s, for $10 for 6 years. Total fee. I can't do that anymore. So education has become too expensive. It is not really accessible to many. And the quality, leaving aside top 5%, is a disaster. Not bad, is a disaster. But if you are lucky to be in IIT, IIM, some other universities, good universities, you are okay. I know many students coming from UP and Bihar and other places with a degree can't read, can't write, can't comprehend. Okay, what good is that degree? Okay. But if I take a guy from IIT or IIM, he's as good as anywhere else in the world. Okay. So you have this huge difference.
Your comment on health sector.
Yes, I think health is in equally bad shape. Okay. And it begins with nutrition. You know, every time I go to Gujarat, let me tell you, I find Gujarati kids malnourished. You go look at Gujarati kids and Punjabi kids, and you will see the difference in height, weight, bone structure. Okay, they're all 5 feet below. And that bothers me. On one hand, we talk about development. On the other hand, you see that Gujarati kids are little because we have not paid attention to nutrition. That's the beginning. Then our primary healthcare system hasn't worked well. You know, I run a major foundation in Bangalore called Transdisciplinary University that Darshan Shankar and I started 30 years ago to really promote traditional medicine, document all the herbal medicinal plants and all. I think there is a lot of wisdom in traditional medicine that we have ignored. Not that that solves the problem of surgery. Don't get me wrong. You need modern medicine. You also need traditional medicine. But traditional medicine is more about nutrition, food, little things to fix, you know, whether you have stomach pain, you know, whether you have a little bit of cold. So we have a huge need in health system. Health of the poor is not taken care of. But we have built 5-star hotels for hospitals. So we have some great hospitals, big ones, where you can go get quadruple bypass, cancer surgery. You have some in Bangalore, and they do well. But they serve a different group of people. Of course, some of them also serve poor, which is good. But the Western model of health is not scalable in India. If I'm educated enough to understand the benefit of eating right, exercising, not smoking, not chewing betel nuts. Oral health is a big problem in India.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ 30 ಹಾಸಿಗೆಗಳಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 24 ಗಂಟೆನೂ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಉಚಿತ ಸೇವೆ, ಉತ್ತಮವಾದ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳನ್ನು ನೇಮಕ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ತರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
ಪಂಚರತ್ನ ಯೋಜನೆಯನ್ನ ಬೆಂಬಲಿಸಲು ತೆನೆ ಹೊತ್ತ ಮಹಿಳೆಯ ಬಟನ್ ಒತ್ತಿ ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿಸಿ.
ನೀವು ಅಡವಿಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಚಿನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಸರಿಯಾದ ಬೆಲೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚಿನ್ನಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿನ್ನದಂತ ಬೆಲೆ ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆನಕ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಕಾಲ್ 6366
ನನ್ನ ಇಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಗೆ, ನನ್ನ ಎನರ್ಜಿಗೆ ಜೊತೆಯಾಗಿರೋದು ಅಮೃತ್ ನೋನಿ ಪಾಪ್ಲಸ್. ನೆನಪಿಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಾ ನೋನಿ ಅಮೃತ್ ನೋನಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆರೋಗ್ಯದ ಭರವಸೆ ಅಮೃತ್ ನೋನಿ ಪಾಪ್ಲಸ್.
ನೆನ್ಪೈತಾ, ಮಳೆ ಬೆಳೆ ಕೈ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ದಿಕ್ತೋಚದೆ ಕುಂತಾಗ ಕೈ ಎತ್ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡೋರು. ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಬಂತು, ಕೇಂದ್ರದವರು ರಾಜ್ಯದವರು ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಲುಪೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಒಟ್ಟು 10,000 ಕೊಡ್ತಾವ್ರೆ. ಅಣ್ಣ, ದೋಸ್ತೋರು ಯಾರು, ದಾರಿ ತೋರ್ಸ್ತೋರು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ನೀವೇ ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳೋದು, ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪ್ರಗತಿಗೆ ಬಿಜೆಪಿಯೇ ಭರವಸೆ.
ಡಬಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯ ಸಾಕಾರ. ಕಮಲದ ಬಟನ್ ಒತ್ತಿ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಗೆಲ್ಲಿಸಿ.
ನೀವು ಗಿರವಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗ್ದಿರೋ ಆಭರಣನ SDJ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯವರು ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಮಾರುಕಟ್ಟೆಗಿಂತ ಅಧಿಕ ಬೆಲೆಗೆ ತಗೋತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ,
ಒಂದ್ ಕೂಪನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಯಾರಾಗಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದ MLA? ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ವೋಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ನೀವೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಾಸಕರನ್ನ ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೋಮವಾರ 1/5/2023 5 ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ. ಸಂಜೆ 6ರಿಂದ ರಾತ್ರಿ 8 ಗಂಟೆ ಹೊನ್ನಾಳಿ. ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ರಾತ್ರಿ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ. ನೀವು ಕರೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ ನಂಬರ್ 08069205999. ನಮ್ಮ MLA ಪವರ್ ಸಮೀಕ್ಷೆ.
ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಭರದಲ್ಲೂ ಕಿಚ್ಚನಿಂದ ಭಿಕ್ಷುಕ 2 ಟ್ರೇಲರ್ ಲಾಂಚ್. ಮೂರೇ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 100 ಕೋಟಿ ಗಳಿಸಿದ ಮಣಿರತ್ನಂ PS2.
చెప్పండి, ఆ మూగావిడ ఎవరు?
ನಂದಿನಿ.
ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಕಮೇಡಿಯನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸ್ವೀಟಿ ಅನುಷ್ಕಾ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಮದುವೆ.
ಸಿದ್ದು, ಫುಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಕಮೆಡಿಯನ್.
మ్యాజిక్ కాదు, ఇట్స్ ఎ సైన్స్. మా హోటల్లో స్టాండ్ అప్
6 ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹುಲಿಯನಿಗೆ 50+ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರಿಟಿಗಳಿಂದ ಸಾಥ್. ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ದುನಿಯಾ. ಫಿಲ್ಮಿ ಪವರ್ ವೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ 8:27ಕ್ಕೆ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನ ಸಹ ಪ್ರಾಯೋಜಿಸಿದವರು ಬೆನಕ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಿನ್ನ ಮಾರುವುದು ಈಗ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ.
Comment on your infrastructures of India.
Road infrastructure now, which is good. I'm impressed with our ability to build roads in the last 30 years, which is good. Transportation has improved. Railways need to be modernized. I worked on a report with several of my colleagues on modernization of Indian railways. I think railway infrastructure is important. It needs a lot of investment and power. Those are the 3 important things. Of course, shipping is there and all. So I think we have done reasonably okay in railways and other areas.
Indian Padma Bhushan awardee and so many awards I've seen. What is your next vision to India?
I want India to be thriving democracy. I want India that respects every religion, every language, every race, every culture. I want India to be inclusive and not exclusive. I want India to focus on sustainable development. I want India that I had dreamt of as a child, where you and I can respect each other with our diversity, The language you speak, I don't speak. I don't understand. But I respect. I love you. You are my friend. Okay? I don't want to worry about our differences. But I also like dosa. I also like idli. That's part of my life. You can't take that away from me. You can't tell me that because you are Gujarati, you can't eat my idli dosa. You see? So I would like India to celebrate diversity.
What's today's opinion on Indian foreign policies?
On the international scene, people care about India only because of our size. First, we need to fix our neighborhood. If we want to be a global leader, you got to fix our neighborhood. If we can't fix our neighborhood, how can you fix the world? Tell me. I mean, what is this about, global recognition, global thing? You can't even fix your own neighborhood. Okay? You are 1.4 billion people. Every country around you is small. You can't fix that. And you say in G20, we are going to be global leader. Don't make sense. Okay? If your own house is not in order, how are you going to put the world in order? So I would pay a little more attention on our neighborhood. Okay? Personally. Okay. Again, I'm not an, international expert. Okay? I would want that part of India, South Asia, to be more free in trading movement of people like EU. Can South Asia be like EU? Can we expand that to Central Asia and other places? Can we expand that to Middle East where we have good relations? Can we expand that a little bit on East, where we had great history in Cambodia and, Thailand, all of these places. That's the way to expand. Okay, that's the way to build. And not go and comment on Russia and comment on China and comment on America. Fine, you can do that. Okay.
Anything on defense policy?
I am not the one who believes in wars. Again, going back to Gandhian, I believe in non-violence. Today we spend $2.2 trillion a year on defense in the world. It's the biggest industry. I wish we could spend 1/10 of that on hunger and eliminate hunger in the world. Look what is going on in Sudan. On one hand, there are people dying out of hunger. On the other hand, they are all fighting. What kind of a world is that? Aren't we civilized yet? With all this hyperconnectivity, internet, open communication, why can't we sort our differences across the table? Why do you have to have Ukraine war? I don't understand. Okay, and I'm not naive. Okay, don't say I'm naive. Okay, but it has to come from your soul. It has to come from sense of sacrifice. So war and defense is something I would like to avoid. I want our borders to be secured to a point. Okay, but I don't want machine guns and nuclear weapon all over to guard my borders. I want a little bit of human spirit. Okay, if some poor family from Pakistan wants to come and meet their relatives in India, it's okay for me. Okay, but it may not be okay for the existing system or for the government. That's different. I'm just giving you my view. Okay, borders have to be secured, but borders also have to be open for trade, for travel, for cultural exchange. Okay, you can have a big heart. Today, world is built on defense industry. So they want to continue. See, world over, everything today is focused on two things: profit and power. I would like to change that to planet and people. The question I ask at this age, Is it good for planet? If it is good for planet, do it. If it is not good for planet, don't do it. If it is good for people, do it. War is not good for people, so don't do it. It's that simple. Okay, but war is good for profit, so people do it. War is good for power, so people do it. Not rocket science. Believe me, you don't need PhD to understand this.
So my last question. Which is your next venture in India?
Nothing. I'm too old. Okay, I have no venture.
You don't look like.
Well, I'm 81. You know, I'm happy doing what I do. I write, read, I paint. I have, wonderful family. I have 2 great children. I have 3 great grandchildren. So I'm happy. I'm content. I don't have ambitions of anything. I don't need to be anybody. I'm happy doing who I am. I'm not into power. I'm not into profits. Okay. And I'm at the tail end of my life. So it's okay.
Thank you very much, Shyam. I think you spent your very valuable time. We are honored to receive.
I hope it was useful. I may have something
too useful.
I may have said something to offend somebody, but
yeah.
That's not the purpose.
It's a honor.
Forgive me if I've said anything.
We love to receive you in Bangalore.
But I just shared my view openly. Okay, so use it effectively. But I have no intention to hurt anybody. Intention to, hurt anybody's feeling. But I open my mind. In the process, I may have said something. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I hope we'll see you in Bangalore very soon.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I hope this was useful.
Very useful. Thank you, Shyam. ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇದು ಶ್ಯಾಮ್ ಪಿತ್ರೋಡ, ದೂರದೇಶ ಅಮೆರಿಕದಿಂದ ಲೆಜೆಂಡರಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ವಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರದ್ದು ಅವರವರದಾದ ಒಂದು ವಿಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ನ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಎಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಗಾಟ್ ದ ಅಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ. ಇದು ಅವರ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಗಳು. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್. ನಿಮಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅತಿಥಿಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ. ಇದು ಪವರ್ ಟಿವಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಶಕ್ತಿ.
ನನ್ನಂತ ಮನೆ ಒಡ್ತಿರ್ಗೆ ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ 2,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ.
200 ಯೂನಿಟ್ ವಿದ್ಯುತ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಅಂದವ್ರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಬೆಳಕಿರ್ತದೆ.
ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ 10 ಕೆಜಿ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ದಿನಾ ಒಲೆ ಉರಿತದೆ.
ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಓದಿದ್ಯಾ? ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಗೋ ತನಕ 3,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಬತ್ತೆ.
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಅಪ್ಪ.
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಇತ್ತು, ಇನ್ಮೇಲೂ ಇರ್ತದೆ.